Hi ladies and gentlemen, Adam Buchert here again in the first on our Support the Hawkesbury series. We are live here this afternoon, or we're probably not live by the time you get it, with Jared Zak, who's our principal solicitor here at Dott Crossitt Solicitors. They're in March Street in Richmond, and some of you may recall that I put it out there last week saying we wanted to get into the doors of local businesses here in the Hawkesbury and say hi to a lot of the owners of those businesses and get them to tell their story and talk to you guys out there about how they're coping and how they're operating, how things have changed since COVID-19 has come on. So welcome Jared, good to have you with us.
Thanks Adam, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. And so today, Jared, I suppose one of the first questions that the guys out there in social media land want to know is, why set up in the Hawkesbury? Why are you guys based here in the Hawkesbury?
No, it's a good question. We get asked that quite a bit. We're a conveyancing focused law firm. We really just do property. And if you look what's happening out here in the Hawkesbury area, the Marsden Parks, the Box Hills, those kind of fringe areas of the Hawkesbury, with all those new land sort of being registered and all these buyers sort of bulging out towards this part of Sydney, it's really a no-brainer for us. That's where the growth is for us as conveyancers. That's certainly what got us here. What probably keeps us here, I've thought at times about whether we expand our city office and our Mudgee office rather than have our headquarters in Richmond. But what keeps us here, honestly, Adam, it's just our staff that we have. We've just got such great staff that we've grown organically from the Hawkesbury.
Yep.
Really, really smart people, great people who fight tooth and nail for their clients, and I just don't think I could get them quite as easily as if I went into the city. So that's really the reason why we're here and why we'll stay here.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, and that's what I was going to say, that so you've got 3 offices, Mudgee and the city, and then Richmond as well, but you've chosen Richmond to be your headquarters, which and it's purely from the majority of that reasoning is coming because of the staff quality, the quality of the people that live here in the Hawkesbury.
That's exactly right.
Wow, awesome. So, and so you live here in Richmond as well?
Yeah, well, just around the corner. So
right.
Yeah. Sometimes I sleep under the desk, but yeah.
And so the commute's not too hard?
No, the commute's great. That's another thing I love about it as well.
Yep.
So driving from here into the city, as we have to every now and then to go to the city office. It's a struggle. So
it makes you realise how good we have it.
Lucky we are. Exactly right.
Awesome. Okay, so you love the Hawkesbury. You now live it. You're living in the Hawkesbury. And then we're churning away. The market was looking pretty good, January, February this year, and along comes COVID-19. And so how have you changed your business, and have you been severely affected or subtly affected? Have you made some improvements?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we've been severely affected. We've definitely been affected, and you would have seen, Adam, in your capacity that sales have dropped off a bit. Not as much as I personally thought. I think the market's a bit more resilient than I'd imagined. But yeah, it certainly has affected us in activity. In terms of just the idea of working from home, yes and no. We'd always been set up to have our staff work from home, never all at once. Okay, we normally had sort of, any day we had sort of 2 or 3 people working from home out of our 15 staff. Now we've got all of them. That's been a big change, to make sure that our phone systems and our software and all that kind of stuff, and even the ergonomics we had to look into. So that was a big challenge. But the reality is conveyancing, luckily, has been undergoing an evolution over the last decade towards what's called electronic conveyancing.
Yep.
So that's the idea that these settlements that we do with exchanging checks and title deeds, that these things used to happen physically in a place in the city. Since about 2017, that's not the case anymore. It now happens remotely on a digital platform, and we can do that from home. So that's been great. So
and I suppose then to speak on your behalf, that it's almost pushed you guys where you were sort of getting into that, but it didn't. You weren't 100% in that digital space yet, but you now are, and everything's happening that way.
That's exactly right, and that may be one of the reasons why we're still busier than I thought.
Yep.
It may be that some of those solicitors who hadn't embraced that new paradigm might be missing out on the work and we're picking up. I don't know, but we're very fortunate. So
COVID-19, there's some pluses come out of it. The market's softened, but not as badly as we thought, which is great. You've made a couple of changes, but it sounds like they're all positive changes. and it's business as usual here at Dott Crossitt.
For now, yeah.
For now,
yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's good. Great to speak to you, Jared, and thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else that that the people of the Hawkesbury might need to know about conveyancing or your business? Is it
Not really, other than just what we touched on earlier, that the property market is still open,
Yep.
and you'll vouch for that, and we're still open for business.
Yep.
Most of it's going to be done by email, by phone call, by Zoom, but that's the new way.
It is.
Yeah. So reach out if you need something. We are still open.
Great. Well, you've heard it here first. That's it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you've got a business out there that you'd like to promote here in the Hawkesbury, if you'd like to tell your story about why you love the Hawkesbury or why your clients are the best clients here in the Hawkesbury, I'd love to hear from you. Please send me a Facebook message or send me an email. I'd love to come around. I could be in your office or in your mechanic's workshop or your plumber's caravan, plumber's van, whatever you want to call it. I'll be there pushing the barrow for you, and I'd hope to hear from you soon. That's it from me today. Over and out.
Good.